I was in Daniel Hale's sentencing hearing, and the Justice Department didn't see that I was sitting directly behind them in the first row with an NSA whistleblower, Tom Drake. We all stick together. We have a community now, right? So Daniel went to trial, which was very, very brave. And he's the one that said that we were killing civilians with drones. And the reason why he decided to blow the whistle, I'll give you just as a little bit of background. It's a very sad story. You know, we operate these drones, the Air Force, the Army, the CIA, whoever has drones, they operate them mostly from here, right? You're in some office building outside of Las Vegas or at some air base in Florida or whatever, and it's all by computer, right? And you're guiding these drones in Afghanistan or Somalia or Iraq or wherever they happen to be. So Daniel's following this alleged terrorist in a car, and the guy pulls the car over and gets out of the car, and Daniel's on the secure comms with his boss, who's at MacDill Air Force Base in Tampa. And he says, I see the target. And the boss says, fire. And he said, wait a minute. There are 2 little kids with him. And the boss says, those aren't kids, those are goats. He said, I'm looking at them. They're 2 little girls. And the guy says, fire. And Daniel says, I can't fire. He's with 2 little kids. And the guy says, fire or be court-martialed.
This is straight up from the movie Scarface.
Yeah, it's terrible. And so he fired.
Are you kidding me?
And he killed them. And he went home. He told me that he went home that day, and he told his housemate, I became a child killer today. And
you've seen the movie Scarface, right?
Yes, I have.
Just want to make sure, because he hasn't. We'll get to the Matrix later.
It's a powerful movie.
Because in the movie Scarface, literally, what you're telling me with Daniel is exactly what was happening with Tony.
Yeah.
Or where he had to blow up that car.
Yeah.
Yeah, where the 2 kids were in the car.
Kids were in the car.
And he couldn't pull the trigger, where he obviously killed the guy who had the trigger with him.
That's right.
Wow.
So I'm in the gallery. I'm 1 row behind the prosecutors. And Daniel's found guilty of telling The Intercept and a documentary filmmaker on PBS that we've got a drone program and we kill civilians with the drone program. They were like, classified. You can't say that. You're under arrest. So the Justice Department says, Your Honor, we're asking that you sentence him to 10 years. And this is a different judge, kind of a wise, older judge who saw what the Justice Department was doing here. And the judge says, I can't give him 10 years when Kiriakou got 2.5. He said, I'll give you Kiriakou, or the defense said, how about Kiriakou plus 12 months? Because I took a plea, he went to trial. And you're punished if you go to trial, right? It's called failure to accept responsibility. So they increase your sentence if you exercise your constitutional right.
Because you're fighting the system. That's
right.
why.
That's right. And they make you pay. So the Justice Department's like, no. Sterling got Kiriakou plus 12. It's going to have to be Kiriakou plus, 60. And I'm sitting right there, and this Washington Post reporter looks at me, and he says, what do you make of this? I said, he's going to get screwed. He's going to get screwed. And the judge is like, enough of this talk. He says, I'm going to do, and the judge didn't know me. He didn't recognize me. But he says, I'll do Kiriakou plus 24. And then I went up to Daniel afterwards, and he was distraught, as you might imagine. And I said, buddy, this was a major victory for you. I said, what they're not telling you, and this is what I learned in prison, is that you're entitled to 15% of your time off for good behavior. You're entitled to up to 10% of your time in a halfway house or home confinement. And if you tell them that you have a drug or alcohol problem, they'll send you to something called RDAP, the Residential Drug and Alcohol Program. You get another 12 months off. So I said, don't worry, you're not going to be in prison for 4.5 years.
Yeah.
And sure enough, he got out at around 2. How
long were you in prison?
I was in for 23 months.
But you did the full 23.
I did every day of it. They fucked me at every opportunity. And I told them, I said, listen, I have lived in far worse places than your prison in Loretto, Pennsylvania. So it's not like you guys are intimidating me in any way.
Did you enjoy that clip? Click over here to watch the full episode and click over here to subscribe to the WiseNuts podcast YouTube channel.